Alright, what's up everybody? Alex Adams is here for another, well, not another, but to continue playing Metal Gear Solid 2. I just finished Snake up on the tanker.
Snake, do you remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?
Of course.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20 miles off the shore of Manhattan. Your classic nightmare. It didn't take long for the government to put an oil fence around the whole mess. And then that massive offshore cleanup facility went up inside.
The big shell. I hear the cleanup isn't quite over yet.
It takes time. But in the meantime, the shell's become a landmark, a symbol of environmental protection. Approximately 6 hours ago, the big shell was seized by an armed group.
Do we have an ID?
Former members of the Navy SEAL Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad dead cell. Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained group and they have the big shell under complete control.
See, a lot of people, if it was advertised purely that you would be playing as another person.
What are their demands?
$30 billion.
$30 billion? What makes them think they can get that much?
There was a government-sponsored tour going on at the big shell that day.
Hostages, huh?
A VIP from one of the major conservation groups, and one from our own government. The most important person in a sense.
The most important person?
James Johnson.
The president?
Unless the demands are met, the terrorists intend to blow the big shell out of the water.
And the crude will ignite, turning the Manhattan Harbor into an inferno.
That's not the worst-case scenario. If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history.
But this game was advertised that you was going to play as Snake throughout the whole game.
1. Infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility Big Shell and safeguard the president and other hostages. And 2. Disarm the terrorists by any means necessary.
If they hadn't made it look like that was what you're going to do through this entire shit,
You should know,
they might not have disliked this character as much.
Rescue operation.
I know a lot of people already know about who this guy is. You obviously can tell.
Joint effort?
No. Foxhound remains a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
You can tell the voice is not him. He has blonde hair, and his body is nowhere near the same as Snake. So you know it's not him.
Snake, I'm now inside Strut A of Shell 1.
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
What about SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of the big shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication.
What's wrong with Snake?
Just a precaution. You are now designated Raiden. All right, Raiden. You've already covered infiltration and VR training.
I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that part. Make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec.
Again, I can see what the frequency is.
140.85.
I'm not that stupid.
When you want to use the codec, push the select button.
I'm not that stupid either, because I already did that.
Contact you. The codec will beep. When you hear that noise,
my God.
press the select button.
You're telling me shit I
The
already
codex
know!
receiver
Okay.
directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
All right. I'll contact you if anything changes.
First, make your way to the upper section of the big shell.
How do I get up to the next level?
There's an elevator at the far end of that area. Use that.
Sounds good.
Also...
Your new sneaking suit uses electrofiber technology, a byproduct of fiber optics research. The texture isn't far removed from rubber, but the material protects against a wide range of toxic substances. The suit itself has a wide array of built-in sensors. It is referred to as smart skin in military R&D. Data about damage to different regions of the body, including blood loss, is exchanged between the suit and the intravenous nanomachines to create a feedback system.
There's a lot of pressure on my torso.
Relax. The suit applies varying pressure to major internal organs to maximize performance and safeguard their functions. They call this the skull suit in Foxhound.
Skull suit seems appropriate somehow.
Anyway.
The hatch with a circular handle will open into the elevator area.
Almost
Locate
did
the
it
hatch
again.
first.
Copy that. Moving on to main mission objectives.
Alright, so I was bitching about it for a minute there. I did just realize you could have easily played this game before, you know, you could have played this before you played, Snake. First of all, just a heads up, on here, it's this easy. It's right there. You might want to try and find a bomb in this location, depending on what difficulty you're on, because it does change on different difficulties. So, if you play this on another difficulty, you should probably search the area until you find a bomb, because you will not have very much time, and the item you use to find the damn thing is not, at least for me, is not very helpful at all. So be wise to try and find it beforehand. How do I dive? And this is why I talked before this.
Got your feet wet? These are the basic controls for
Definitely
swimming.
not.
Stroke the water.
Alright, yeah, this is gonna tell me how to swim. I know how to swim, and I know what everything does. This is why I come down here for, is the thermal goggles. I don't think there's anything else in here. I wish Raiden kept the mask in his inventory or something, because that would be extremely helpful for later problems. As you probably saw, there's an item down here. It's the M9. It is only here on very easy. Sucks, but whatever. There should be an item over here. Scratching my back. Even though it's kind of useless, you don't need it. I guess it's not over here. Okay. Well, what should have been here was the shaver, which you give to Snake. Not Snake. I can't lie because they may not know. He may not know it's Snake for real because he may not actually seen his face somehow. But when you see him, I can't lie. You know it's Snake. You can fucking clearly see it. When I played this the first time, I was like, "That's Snake." You can't lie to me. I know I'm not that stupid. I can tell that that's Snake. Whatever, there's a ration right here. I guess I could have done this too, I forgot. I remembered it at the beginning and then I forgot it by the time I got to here. I saw something. Was there something over here? No. Alright. So yeah, there should have been a shaver here. I guess maybe on another difficulty? I don't know. But whatever. There's a ration over there. One of these is inaccessible. Actually, it is accessible. I I believe, because this is locked, right? No, it's not. I think on a later difficulty it is. So, damn it. It's so damn difficult. There we go. Ammo. I don't know if you heard that, but someone just beat his ass. What is he doing? He's recovering way too slowly.
Colonel, I've sighted an enemy sentry. AN-94 and a Makarov. Those grenades, all his equipment, is Russian-made.
Must be a Gurlukovich man.
Gurlukovich?
A Russian private army that was in line to work with the Shadow Moses take.
Oops, my bad. Takeover group 4 years ago. What's their stake in this one? They must have made a deal, an arrangement with the terrorists. They become a band of mercenaries. An army without a country. Wait a minute! Time out! I just realized something. Are these the future group of Big Boss? Or... Huh. That's interesting. I should look that up to see if that's true or not. Anyway. Okay, that was it. Alright. There's gonna be a lot of dicking around. I will be trying sometimes to actually, you know, do shit right, but there will be a lot of dicking around because it's very easy and I can easily... See, like, even just doing that, you're like, I know that snake. I'm not stupid. You can't tell me that's not.
Colonel, there's definitely another intruder in here besides me.
That's not a possibility.
Not a team. Looks like a solo job.
One man.
We may not know who he is, but he managed to take care of every sentry in the area. They're all out cold. Whoever he is, he's got some skills.
We need to get an ID. But for now, you can take advantage of the situation and get to work. There's a terminal in front of the elevator. A node.
Did you just say nerd? Not nerd. Node. Oh.
Use the node to gain access to the Big Shell's facilities network.
Then what?
Pull up the map of the structure. That'll let you activate the Soliton radar.
The Soliton radar? True. That radar came in useful during VR training.
A radar system uses biological magnetic fields as input. These estimated enemy positions are projected onto a map according to reference points collected via GPS signals and field personnel reports. We need to get to the map through the Big Shell's node to put this data processing to practical use. The node unit is about 3 feet high. Should be colored blue. Each area has at least one.
How do I gain access?
Just push the action button in front of the node. The nanomachines in your body will take care of the security clearance and allow you access to the node. Complete the procedure before those sentries gain consciousness.
Which is not a possibility.
You won't be able to gain access for a while. Stay on guard.
I don't think they will. But anyway, doing this on a harder difficulty. Yes?
Right, you won't be able to use any of the enemy's equipment.
Why not?
You should know that all active weapons are equipped with a personal identification system. The owner enters their required user ID information during the weapon registration or at the start of a mission. If anyone other than the registered user tries to fire the weapon, the ID system will not authorize the action.
But these are black market Russian weapons. How can they be equipped with identification functionality?
They must have been customized by the terrorists themselves. These are professionals we're dealing with, and they certainly won't let their own equipment be used against them.
I'm guessing it's the same for the Navy SEALs gear?
Right.
How am I supposed to procure weapons then?
Find the ones that haven't yet been individualized. Everything you find in the item box is clean. You should know this from your VR training.
Okay, I know those.
Could have just sent me with
Items
shit
in the item
too.
box are yours to use at will. They will be your supply source with regards to weaponry and gear.
I don't think that they, okay, well, I can't take out the other ones. Shit. Anyway, on a harder difficulty, you would have to do this every time. I think even on easy. Maybe not on easy. I think maybe even on easy, they'll still let you off with it. But from normal on, you have to log in to each node because you will never have the, you won't have the, shit. Oh shit, sorry. You won't have the, Soliton radar. I'm not used to this because it's actually in alphabetical order and not random. So, this isn't my actual name, which is why I'm using it as a code name. I mean, I guess I could put my own name in there, it doesn't matter. Maybe one day I'll tell you my name. My first name, anyway. I don't know. Wait, can I not? I can't, use my... I can't do my actual birthday when I was born. Oh well. May 5th, 2000... no, May is the 5th month. The 6th day. US of A. Alright. All that I've already done, took care of. Blum.
Good work, Raiden.
The radar should be functioning now?
Remember your VR training sessions. The tool is exactly the same one. It maps the terrain as well as the position of enemy personnel.
Yep.
The bright dot in the middle is you, Raiden. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision. Your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it. It gets jammed easily, I'm afraid.
You look lost.
You look
It's all coming
lost!
from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful.
Yeah.
The Big Shell's layout map should now be available after touching the Start button.
Right. How do I save the mission data?
I've set aside proprietary frequency for saves, and an
I forgot about
analyst to
this.
work on the data too.
Jack, is everything all right?
What are you doing here?
Jack, can you hear me?
Rose, you're not supposed to be involved. What's going on?
Jack, I'm a part of this mission.
Colonel, what the hell is going on?
Raiden,
Get
meet the
real.
mission analyst.
I
She'll be
agree.
overseeing the data saving and support.
Why her?
The Foxhound analyst that was supposed to take part in this mission was in an accident. Rosemary was brought in as a replacement.
Not a chance.
And according to the files, she knows you better than anybody else.
Rose may be in the service, but an intelligence analyst is no field officer.
Not to worry. She has our technical staff at her disposal.
She's never been a part of a field mission. This is insane.
I have my own reasons for selecting her for this mission, soldier.
Colonel, I fail to see...
I know your VR training performance in and out, but sometimes that's not enough. You're familiar with the Shadow Moses incident?
You know I covered it in VR.
If there's a crucial tactical detail that case taught us, it was the power of the operative's will to survive.
I was trained to fight. My personal feelings have no place in a mission.
We've learned that it doesn't work that way. And on the field, you need all the help you can get.
Jack, you're stuck with me whether you like it or not.
Whatever.
You need someone to watch your
Whatever.
back. But I have conditions that need to be met, Colonel.
What is it?
Get real.
I'll perform my duties and save that
Whatever.
mission data. but I'm aware that
Oh, there you
technically
go.
I'm not part of the mission control team.
Whatever.
Are you really
After
going to
all,
say that?
I'm just a normal girl who's worried about Jack. But that means, Colonel, that I am not required to follow your orders outside of my immediate duties. Jack is not simply a field personnel for me to track. His safety comes first to me, not the mission. And because of that, I will be monitoring and keeping a record.
It's only
of
been
everything
20
that
minutes?
you
Good
have,
lord.
Colonel.
Given the circumstances, you're free to do what you see fit.
Hey, I prefer this to being kept in the dark waiting.
I'd like to make a request, if I may.
Of course.
His handle is Raiden. For the duration of the mission, could you call him that?
Yes, sir. All right, Raiden. Let me know when you're ready to turn in a save. The proprietary save frequency is
was the same thing.
140.96. I just switched frequencies. Jack,
Whatever. What?
do you know what day it is tomorrow?
April 30th. Is there something special about it?
Isn't
What a
there?
weirdo. I can't remember.
Weirdo!
Oh well.
What a
I'll keep
weirdo.
trying till I hear the
What a
answer.
weirdo.
I'm gonna let you go now, Jack.
What a weirdo.
Take care.
There was something I was trying to hear. I wanted to hear your, something in an egotistical woman or some shit like that. It's funny when it happens
the
at certain
enemy sentry
times.
is regaining consciousness.
Definitely
Be
not.
careful, Jack.
Find somewhere to hide until the elevator arrives. You must stay out of sight.
Freeze! Freeze!
Don't kill me.
Don't kill me.
Enemy on board. All units, be on alert.
Freeze!
Oh, practical. Not exactly how I normally handle it, but it got done. What team is it? It is 5 in the morning. Holy moly.
The terrorists call themselves Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty?
Also, I wonder what happened to the helmet. It just disappears.
The hero of Shadow Moses? So that's why you changed my code name.
Right, but he can't be the Solid Snake. He died 2 years ago on that tanker.
Bullshit! We just saw him!
Could he have survived?
And he didn't blow it up.
Not a chance.
So I know they're saying this shit because they don't know any better. But we played the fucking tanker. We know that it's not true.
I'm on the roof. There are no sentries, but it would only take one to spot me in this light.
You never had daylight VR training after all. Stay extra sharp until you can find a node to log in from.
I don't need to.
What about the commandos?
SEAL Team 10 has landed on struts B and C.
And the president?
Seems he was spotted on strut B.
Strut B?
I might play Snake Tails as well. I don't know. That's a might. I never really cared for that much.
The big shell is comprised of shells 1
Because I
and
suck
2.
at real
Each unit
sneaking
consists of a central core
shit.
and 6 struts surrounding it.
So the whole thing is shaped like two hexagons connected end on end.
Exactly. And you're on the roof of Strut A, Shell 1 at the moment.
And I think it's on like no more hard difficulty.
First, get to a node. Log into the network.
Got it.
Defaultly, I don't know. Alright, I don't know which difficulty, but on a higher difficulty there would be a soldier up here. But it's not. You know what? Let's slip on shit. Ha ha ha, funny joke. Get the fuck up. I won't do it this time, but there's a moment where if you shoot the birds, they'll get pissed off at you.
Raiden, look at that wire fence. You may be able to crawl through it. Crouch down using the crawl button. Then push the left stick in the direction you want to move. Push the crawl button again.
Why does he sound
to stand
weird?
up. You can use weapons even while crawling. This is different from VR training, so you keep that in mind.
Also, I keep forgetting about this. The reason why they're talking about VR is because they had a Metal Gear Solid 1 VR
Raiden, SEAL
game
Team 10 is
that
in.
came out.
Do we really have no line of communication with the SEALs?
They don't know a thing about us. You know we work in the dark, and this mission is no exception. Only a few people know about your presence here. There's no need for concern. This operation is under Pentagon's direct command.
Probably,
and the NSDD came from the Vice President
agree.
and the Secretary of Defense.
You look lost.
Your mission may be top secret, but it's gone through the usual channels.
Alright. Yeah, they had a Metal Gear Solid 1 VR training shit that came out. And I think they might also be talking about the actual games.
I'll leave the first floor to
Shit.
you, okay? Understood.
Understood. Okay, he just goes into this. Oh yeah, I forgot, he actually does go a little bit more into it. Oh well. There was no more talking.
The node, but it's under heavy surveillance.
Heavy!
Can't get in any closer.
It's under heavy.
Try making some noise to draw their attention away.
Stupid.
How?
Flatten yourself against a wall and hit the punch button.
Got it.
Whoa, shit! He actually went that direction.
Freeze!
I wanted to shoot him in the eye, but it was close. Yeah, I don't care. You're just gonna tell me to put him in the damn shit. Let's go back up here and take this guy out.
Freeze!
Okay. I think on the harder difficulty there is C4 or claymores planted there. I don't know. I know later on it will be. Hey, look at that. Ration. But yeah, there's one soldier here and it's under heavy surveillance. I don't know what heavy means. So calm. I think on harder difficulty one of those is locked. You can't open it.
Raiden, watch out. There are sentries posted on the connecting bridge.
Oh,
They
earlier
will
I
spot
couldn't
you if
tell.
you continue on course.
Any recommendations?
Use the hanging mode.
Hanging?
Hanging?
Face any waist-high railing and push the action button to clear the railing and hang over the side. Once there, you can move sideways while keeping out of enemy sight.
All right, I'm giving it a try.
Don't forget the grip gauge. It will keep decreasing during a hanging maneuver, and once it runs out, you will fall.
Copy that.
Wait a second. I just intercepted new intelligence on the operation being executed by SEAL Team 10.
Intercepted?
As I said before, they need to be kept in the dark about our presence.
So we just listen in.
I'm patching it through.
This is Alpha Zero. We have the president. Is he safe? He is safe. What about the package? Tell the guys upstairs that we've secured the package. Easy money. Good work. Your retrieval is on the way. Come on home. Roger that. Holy! Alpha Zero, report. Damn it, come on, the president! Come in, Alpha Zero. This is Alpha Zero. We're under attack. This is crazy. Is that... Alpha Zero, respond.
Come Alpha, respond.
Raiden, the president's life is in danger. Head to Strut B now.
Copy that. Oh.
Enemy sighted. Enemy sighted. Requesting backup. It's the end. I need help.
Carry out an investigation immediately.
Increase security. Understood. Dispatching reinforcements to the AV connecting bridge. Exercise extreme caution.
Freeze! Don't kill me.
Don't kill me. I'll deal with him later. I don't feel like smacking him awake. Another reason why I like this one better than Snake is because you get a coolant spray, which allows you to easily wake up enemies. All you gotta do is equip it, spray on them. It does take a minute, but it's a little bit faster than smacking them, especially since you miss a lot. But and you I don't know. It's just easier. This is all there is to it. So much ammo in that gun. It does not have that much ammo in it. Unless he has the bandana or some shit like that. Boom. And now he's out of ammo. Grab some. Oh, you can't. I know he's not anymore. Disturbing asshole. And flop. Oh, Alpha, you jackasses.
Alpha, respond.
What's going on over there?
What are you?
Five today. Or rather, 6.
Like I said, a lot of people, they didn't like this game, mostly because Raiden was in it, and they pretty much promised Snake.
Get down.
But because the trailer or whatever showed Snake, but it was actually Raiden. But yeah. I didn't know anything about that, so that would influence me a little bit of my dislike for the game. So had I known about all of that and known Snake previously, I probably would have been pissed too. But regardless of all that, take your opinion because of that away from this game. This is one of the best Metal Gear games. I love this game. It's not my favorite, but I love the game. Snake, why are you not doing anything?
Strange smell. You smell like
Snake.
are you? It has to be. Shoot him! What are you waiting for?
How am I able to shoot him though? I thought it was ID bullshit.
Sam,
Yeah, Queen.
are you all done cleaning up?
Yes, but wait till I tell you what I found.
Something interesting?
I'll tell you in person. Where are you?
In the central unit with the president.
Be right there.
These Raiden's not as stupid as the trained professionals of SEAL Team 10, and they just wildly shoot at nothing.
Hold on. I'm not an enemy. Calm down.
How are you hurt? Unless he got hurt previously, he didn't even touch him.
My name is Pliskin.
Yeah, the Chloe Pliskin.
Lieutenant Junior Grade.
And you can obviously... And it's even the same voice actor. It's like, come on.
Are you a Navy SEAL?
It is a little suspicious.
How did you get in? Fast rope descent from a Navy chopper.
I don't understand that either. This is a random bug.
Have I seen you before?
Have you seen him before? You really that stupid.
That suit. Are you Foxhound?
Yeah.
That's right. Foxhound was disbanded.
What?
Where were you before Foxhound? Delta Force?
I was part of the Army's Force 21 trials.
Force 21? That's about tactical IT deployment, right? Any field experience?
No, not really.
So this is your first.
I've had extensive training, the kind that's indistinguishable from the real thing.
Like what?
Sneaking mission 60, weapons 80, advanced,
VR, huh?
but realistic in every way.
A virtual grunt of the digital age, that's just great.
That's far more effective than live exercises.
You don't get injured in VR, do you? Every year, a few soldiers die in field exercises.
There's pain sensation in VR and even a sense of reality and urgency. The only difference is it isn't actually happening.
That's the way they want you to think, to remove you from the fear that goes with battle situations. War is a video game. What better way to raise the ultimate soldier?
Look at all the snakes. I just realized they were all snake.
So you're saying that VR training is some kind of mind control?
Right. What's going on?
The Alpha team from Navy SEAL 10 is dead. No, a single survivor.
The kid's wired with nanomachines.
What about the president?
What about the president?
Looks like they
Sorry.
took him somewhere else.
I told you it's gonna happen.
You said there was a survivor from SEAL Team 10.
Yeah, Lieutenant J.G. Pliskin.
Has he seen your face?
What?
This is a top secret mission. No one can know that we're involved.
It's a little too late for that.
Yeah. You knew that, but I mean, you're about to be attacked by Vamp and he's gonna... He saved you anyway, but...
What the hell?
A Navy captain.
Oh. Oh shit. Those cigarettes.
You
I need...
alright?
No.
Give me a few minutes.
How did he patch himself up? Whatever.
Must have lost a few more pints than I thought.
You fucking...
What was that man just now?
That blood-sucking freak. That was Vamp. He's Romanian, a wizard with knives, as you saw.
The way he moved didn't seem human.
You won't see that in VR, I guarantee.
What is he?
One of the members of Dead Cell.
Dead Cell? Him?
A special forces unit created by ex-President George Sears. The name was originally intended to reflect its anti-terrorist functions. The unit would launch unannounced assaults on government complexes for the ultimate terrorism simulation. They were needed to show VR troopers like you how to deal with the real thing. But around the time their original leader died in prison, the unit began to unravel. They were always close to the edge, but they became more and more extreme, began to go after U.S. allies, even civilians. We estimate that no fewer than 100 people died as a result of accidents the Dead Cell arranged on their own. They were out of control, and it all came to a head 6 months ago.
What happened?
The unit was devastated. There are only 3 left now, and you just saw one of them.
Why would they go after the big shell?
How should I know? I told you they were on the lunatic fringe.
What about their leader? He
bro.
says he's Solid
Yeah.
Snake.
Snake died 2 years ago.
Stop
You mean
bullshitting
the
me.
incident that made this big shell necessary in the first place?
Right, and he was the one that sank that tanker.
Also,
But
this
he's a
never
legend.
happened.
Legends are usually bad news. There's not a lot of difference between heroes and
You
bad
don't
men.
get that gun, first of all,
You're
during that
saying Snake is
mission.
still alive and pulled another one?
No, he's not involved in this one. His body was positively ID'd 2 years ago.
Maybe this happened after
Snake is dead.
when it was sinking. I don't know. Like, as you're seeing Ray
What about
come
the
out
other
and shit.
soldiers? I saw Russian equipment too.
I don't know.
Former Soviet military.
I never
They're
even thought
probably
about that.
mercenaries. The big shell is too much ground for just Dead Cell members to hold down. You weren't briefed on any of this? And you came in alone to boot? Why? What are you really doing here?
The
Can't tell me, huh? Fine with me.
cigarette.
I don't smoke.
Take them anyway.
Keep it anyway. May come in handy.
Fine. So technically you're supposed to use those to find infrared sensors later on.
Take this too.
Come in, Alpha Zero. This is Bravo Zero. Currently at the bridge between struts B and C. The president is... Damn, I can't hit this thing. It's like some bad dream. Alpha, anyone, come in, all Alpha. This is Bravo Zero.
Aren't you going to answer him?
Fine.
The BC connecting bridge.
We need to get there. Can you handle it?
I need a few more minutes. Remember my frequency. It's 141.80.
141.80. Got it.
I've been briefed on this plant's layout. If you need information on the place or about Dead Cell, contact me. You're using nano communication, right?
Yeah, but I can patch into your frequency.
Hey, what's your name?
Raiden.
Raiden.
Right.
Raiden. Strange code name.
Makes up for the boring one my parents gave me.
Jack is not a boring one.
Maybe I'll find out someday.
Alright, there's a little bit more to go. I'm done playing, but I'm gonna let the cutscenes play a little bit more. Because there's a little bit more cutscene in the next area. I thought, well, there's supposed to be a training cutscene that happened. Tells you how to use the gun. Maybe that's if you play this first and not Tanker. But anyway,